G'day everyone, I'm David and this is my tabletop standard. 2 days ago I got this Marvel United X-Men Kickstarter, which is enormous, the biggest Kickstarter I've gotten. It came in 2 boxes, which was a bit of a surprise, but I can imagine shipping would have been quite expensive if it all came in one. I was going to do a live stream, but when I hit live stream, it was the first one I've ever done, and it said that it will be ready in 24 hours. And hi sweetie, I'm just recording for the camera. You came in to see what I'm doing?
No, we saw something like, what's that noise?
Yeah?
I thought you were talking through that.
You thought I was talking through my microphone?
It's
Okay.
recording.
Yes, it's recording. Yeah, good night girls. Hop back into bed. Anyway, I'm just going to shut the door again. Anyway, let's have it open up, see what we got here. I have rearranged the boxes a little bit. I haven't opened any of the stuff though. First of all, we're going to have a look at this one, which is the core box. So the biggest difference between the second Marvel United one and the first one is the second box comes with anti-heroes. And anti-heroes are these purple ones. So let's just get that off there. So you got like Magneto and Mystique as anti-heroes. So an anti-hero you can play as a hero or a villain, and there's quite a numerous amount in here of ones that you can play as either. In the first one there was Venom, who they provided as a hero and a villain, and I guess after that they've discovered that there's quite a few characters which they thought they might like to do as both. So they've incorporated anti-heroes, so they're not providing 2 models for that, they just do it purple, so that you can use it for that one model for either. So the core box, you got your traditional group, you got Xavier, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Wolverine, Storm as your heroes, Juggernaut and Sabretooth as your villains, and Mystique and Magneto as your anti-heroes. It's pretty cool. All these expansions you can do require either the normal Marvel United core box or the Marvel United X-Men core box. Both those core boxes can be picked up from quite a few of your gaming stores. Like in Australia you got Sanity, which I'm pretty sure sells it, and you can pick it up from like Gameology and a few things like that. There are quite a lot of Kickstarter exclusives in here, but I'll go through some which aren't Kickstarter exclusive. This one's Blue Team. They did Blue Team and Gold Team, which Gold Team I left in here. Zing! So they did Blue Team and Gold Team. These are ones where instead of you playing just as a single hero and they're a single hero and you're fighting with each other against a common villain, you actually have 2 teams fighting a villain instead. So it allows you to do team up fights. So it's not fully cooperative. So the first one, Blue Team, is probably my favourite out of the 2, and probably my favourite box all up. You've got Banshee, which I thought was a Kickstarter exclusive, Psylocke, Jubilee, Rogue, Gambit and Mr. Sinister. Rogue, Gambit and Mr. Sinister have been some of my favourite characters all throughout the, was it the 90s cartoons? That was some of my introduction to X-Men. I watched it in the mornings before I went to school. I'm not going to open all of these because the reality is there's 120 miniatures, I think, 116, 120, which is an awful lot, and I don't think you want to sit around and watch me open all of these. I'm just going to open this one, probably going to skip most of these. I'll open the Sentinels one. But yeah, they've got really nice inserts. I am going to pull these apart because it is quite a big box for 6 miniatures and a few cards really. So I'm going to see how much I can condense these and get them all into a single box. But the other box you can get through retail, you got Gold Team, who has Archangel, Bishop, Colossus, Iceman, Forge, and the villain is Sebastian Shaw, who is the leader of the Hellfire Club. The Kickstart exclusive, you got the Horsemen of Apocalypse. In Apocalypse, they did change to an anti-hero during the campaign. During the campaign, a comic got released, which had Apocalypse joining the Xmen. And that was a interesting turn of events. Back in just a sec. Sorry, I thought my camera turned off. I heard it click. Phoenix 5, one of my favourite stories. It's about when the Phoenix Force gets destroyed and 5 heroes gain its power, and as they realise that after they kill each other, the power gets split among the remainders, so they end up trying to off one another so that they can be solely in power of the Phoenix Force. And you see, you got Colossus, Cyclops, Magic, Emma Frost, and Namor, who end up getting the Phoenix Force. And Cyclops is powerful as is, and Phoenix Force through that visor is just bonkers. We have X-Force. I don't really know much about X-Force, to be honest. I know Cannonball and Cable, but the others I really don't know much about. They gave us that one for free, which I thought was nice. Deadpool. There was so much request in the Kickstarter for a Deadpool miniature that they did a whole box of it. So you got Deadpool as a hero, a villain. He's got a challenge mode, which is a special type of game mode. You got Lady Deadpool and Agent Bob, who was an agent of Hydra, who didn't really like how he was getting treated and decided to hang out with Deadpool instead. The other challenge mode one is Days of Future Past, which is Sentinels. I'll open this one up. This one's got 3 large Sentinel models, as well as Nimrod and Logan. It's just called Logan. So he's got his own special board with rules, sort of like the if you played the original one, the original Marvel United, Sinister Six had a sort of game board. It's anyway. And wow, I knew these were going to be big, but they are much bigger than I thought was expecting. So that is a normal character, and that is a Sentinel. My goodness. That is incredible and huge. They are going to be fun to paint and take a while. Wow. Ouch. So that. The other thing is I've got to find somewhere to store all this too. We've got First Class, which is the X-Men when they first started up, before Beast was a big blue man. And this is before Angel became Archangel, before Apocalypse got to him and he had normal wings. So there's a lot of empty space in these. I'm really looking forward to consolidating these boxes and making it down to hopefully 2. We'll see. There was a complaint during the Kickstarter that they did Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch again. Like, oh, we've already got one. But the reality is, this is just because you got the first Kickstarter doesn't mean you got the second one. So for people getting these, I thought it was great that they still included them. Even though I heard a lot of people complaining about that. But Fantastic Four. This was requested heaps during the first campaign, and it was nice to see them do it in the second one. I don't know if they had issues with licensing, because there were some heroes they could do, some heroes they couldn't do, depending on what Marvel permitted, basically. Fantastic Four is actually going to be the first box I'm going to paint. Over on Instagram, I popped up it's not really a poll, it's sort of a poll, to see which one that they would like to see painted first. I got a request for Blue Team, which I was kind of excited about. It's one of my favourite ones. The majority have gone with Fantastic Four. There was quite a few votes for this one. And there is a guy who sells a Galactus miniature, which I would love to get, but postage to my place is very expensive, so I'm not going to get it, which would go great with this. One thing that they added in this Kickstarter is they've incorporated some clear plastics, which they didn't do in the first one. So people like, I'll come up close to the camera for this. This is probably the best example of different miniatures they do during the campaign. So we got, there we are. So we got Thing. This is how all the miniatures came in the first campaign. They were just a blue plastic. In this one, they've also included clear plastic. Most of them have clear plastic components, but this one is all clear. These are anti-heroes, and they're purple. The villains, they did red. This one is the most unique out of all of them, because they've got the red plastic, the clear bit for Invisible Woman, and Johnny Storm's fire for his legs. Got Invisible Woman. These are going to be more difficult to paint because I want to keep the clear plastic but still do a spray base coat. We'll see how I go. And I was going to say Quicksilver. Silver Surfer. I am just going to spray over all of this and I'll just paint my own silver. This one's not such an issue because he doesn't have clear components. Anyway, that's done. Because I got the all-in pledge, they also gave me a Mohawk Storm and Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan reminds me of the Logan movie which they did, which I thought was quite good. Yeah. And this box, well, this is the Kickstarter box, stretch goals, which is enormous. It had been Cool Mini or Not's biggest campaign until the very next one, which they did Marvel Zombies, which was quite successful. I didn't get on, but you got trays upon trays of heroes and anti-villains and villains. So all up, there is about 116 to 120 miniatures. It will take me a while to paint them all. If you would like to see me live stream painting them, let me know. Or if you'd like to see a cut down version of painting, I'm cool with that as well. or like the previous ones I did where it skips the painting process altogether, and I just show you the end result and talk a bit about some of the bios. I didn't keep doing those videos because they didn't get many views. It looks like you weren't that interested, so I didn't see the point in doing something that you're not interested in. And then at the bottom we got decks upon decks. That is half of it of character cards. And that, my friends, is everything. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it wasn't too long and drawn out for you. It was more of just a quick overview of what came in the all-in pledge for Marvel United. There are plenty of reviews on the game out there, and I didn't want to just do just another thing of everyone else. So take care. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. It has been a while since my last video, but take care and we'll see you around. Bye.